Hello?
Hello, Flavio?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I
Okay,
can hear you.
change my background here, get something more like colorful.
All right, don't worry.
Is it good there? We have the green screen behind, right?
I cannot see you.
Oh, you cannot see me?
No,
Oh, oh, let me see here. What did wrong here? Wait a minute.
I
Um,
think the camera you go to, there's on the,
yeah.
yes, yes, now I
Can
can
you
see
see me
you.
now?
Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
can
So
see you're working on set.
yeah, it's just like a background, and
Oh.
otherwise it's gonna be my bedroom,
No, we're gonna
But
be
then
really quick today because I know you're busy. And first, I would
okay,
like to say thank you for taking your time to have a chat with
of
me.
course, of course.
And yeah, I
Uh-huh.
see you're busy, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah. But anyway,
um,
but
I
tell me a little bit here. This is goal for how we're gonna use it. What's the goal? And
well,
what's the intention?
this is the assignment that we do for industry knowledge. So we have to interview someone from the industry,
Oh,
and
okay.
then this is gonna go. I'm gonna send it to my tutor, and well, on the consent form, she said maybe we're gonna show to future students and but we haven't watched anything from the past years, so I'm not sure. Um, but I can see that you're going to release your film. So who knows? Like I'm gonna promote, help you promote your film around here
Okay, awesome.
in the
Yeah,
UK.
yeah. We're gonna be, yeah, yeah. How did you find out about this the release of the film in UK?
A lot of the research.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere.
Okay, yeah, because the film is going to be released in the UK, and but also another 40 other countries, So anyway,
Yeah, nice.
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Let's do it.
Cool. So basically, I chose you specifically to do this interview, primarily because, I think you're a great filmmaker. I watched the
Thank you.
film. But the
Okay.
second was that our lives were kind of similar. For
Yeah.
starters, we're both Brazilians. You
Yes.
served in the Brazilian Navy. And
Yeah.
well, I was never in the Navy, but my father was in the army his whole life. So I kind of grew up
Yeah.
in that environment.
Yeah.
Lived my whole life in the military villages up until the age of 19 when I
Hmm.
came to London.
Yeah.
We're also both part of and advocate for the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
And the other similarities are a passion for cinema and telling stories about social justice,
Yeah.
social issues, telling the stories of real people. And I found it really interesting the switch of career paths you had in your life. Correct me if I'm wrong, but once you were you got to the USA, you got a degree for political science, and you
Yeah.
worked as an assistant for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
And how did that transition go from being in the Navy and then working for Hillary Clinton and being a filmmaker?
The transition was smoothly, and now I didn't see like any bumps on in my ride, on my ride. So it was, just like again, as you said, following the passion, and then I was loved politics, and I was amazed about American politics, So that's why I went to college to study, you know, political science, because my goal actually was to one day return to Brazil and be able to make a change, and
Yeah.
um, but uh, uh, but I became filmmaker for this
You
the same
always
reason.
wanted, it was always,
Yeah, because I became a filmmaker because I was attracted to the dream that I could make a difference in people's lives, So I
yes.
thought in politics I had my hands was like a little tight, and then I thought that I um, had more opportunities to have cause an impact on people's life just by telling stories,
Hmm.
and that's what I have been doing for the past 15 years, and I left politics, but I always found a parallel between those two things, especially when things comes to promotion and
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it could be whether you are good or bad filmmaker. Now you still have to sell whatever you have in your hands, and
Yes.
and that's what I'm very good at, you know. And I'm a very good salesperson,
Mhm.
and I work very hard. You know, obviously, you know, in this business you have to work very hard. A lot of competition out there, and uh, but I'm very good salesperson. I know how to sell my product. You know,
Yeah,
I identify the audience, and then and I go after it. You know, and that's what I do.
cool. And congratulations on your first feature film, The Garden Left Behind. It's
Thank
not
you.
out in the UK yet, like we mentioned, but you know, I had the pleasure to watch it.
Thank you.
It was, I kind of had to find a way because it's not out. I didn't watch it illegally, but I watched on Vudu. We don't have Vudu in the UK, but I made my ways and I watched it, and
Uh,
it's such a great film. It's
oh,
beautifully
thank you.
written, shot,
No.
acted, and
Mhm.
he won many awards, including an audience award at South by Southwest, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
pretty cool. And
Uh,
the film really, really moved me. It's delicate, gritty, heartbreaking. That even though I never experienced anything like Tina's life, or I felt her pain, and I also learned a lot from watching it. So, what was the process behind building that character, and what made you choose this subject to have as your debut feature?
Well, just like all my films, The Girl Left Behind is about marginalized and overlooked members of our society. You know, as you know, and I'm a gay man. Um, uh, I'm a Latino, and so I do understand what it means to be like an outsider. You know, and in many ways, in various ways. You know, and so I thought that telling you stories of someone who is different than I am. mm, Tina is a trans woman, and but also I found some, um, things relatable, and she's Latina, and she's, at one point in my life I was undocumented,
Mm.
so I was trying to find a combination of something that I could relate with, but also my audience too, because I always find something that anyone can find anything in this film that can be relatable. But I also find something that telling a story that was something refreshing, something different, something that was different than I am in many ways, um, and again, it's all about bringing those who we don't often see on the big screen, to shine, to so they can become more visible and eventually change hearts and minds, and have an impact on how people perceive others. And that's the goal of this film. And if you see all my films, it's all about giving voice to the voiceless, and helping people to have more compassion toward those who happen to be different than they are. And yeah, and I love doing it. Honestly, I love doing it. I love um, identifying my subject and interviewing them, researching the subject, and because I'm also learning during this process, and
Yeah,
as a gay man, I thought I knew a lot about being trans,
yeah.
because they're part of the same family, the LGBT family,
We're
but
all
I
under the
learned
same
a lot.
umbrella.
Yeah, the same umbrella. So I learned so much with them. So I'm glad that I made the film that we made. It was a challenge, as you know, because we have a lot of people who have never acted before, but we had to do it the way we did.
And you already said a little bit, but how important was to you to convey real life on the screen? And what kind of research did you do to achieve that on the script and when you directed it?
First of all, I had to make sure that I have everyone at the table while I make this film. So I invited, members of the trans community to work with me in the process of writing the story, not the researching, but writing the story. Because one thing is researching, trying to understand the subject, because I have to educate myself. But I also making sure that while I was writing the story, I was not um, how can I say, I was not creating more problems than helping, I know
stereotypes or
yeah, stereotypes, and there's so much misinformation and regarding surrounding the transgender issues that this was especially for this subject, so it was very important for me to have everyone at the table, so that I to make sure that I was telling an honest story, an authentic story. So I brought everyone to work with me while I was was writing the script, but also let them write in some of the scenes. For example, the laundromat scene, it was written by a trans woman. The laundromat scene when they are protesting, all
that
those
scene was
signs,
so good.
all those signs that you saw in the protest scenes, they were all done by members of the trans community, so all those little things that you think like, oh, but it's true. No, this means a lot to them, and so we want to make sure that we got it right, and and also bringing them to work with us on set, because my hope is that eventually they'll become the next generation of filmmakers. My hope is that eventually they'll be able to get to the director's chair and be able to tell their own stories, So having them working behind the camera was something very, very important now to me, But also, as you know, working with trans men and trans women in front of the camera as actors, So now we see the results of that work, because some of them have been, working some other shows, and so I am thrilled to see them like working in all the TV shows or movies,
Change being made.
yeah, and we see the results right there in front of us. Different than politics, because politics sometimes takes a long time, and they don't see like results right away. But in film, you can see the impact of your, storytelling ability in front of you. Things happen in front of you. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned the cast, but you have great cast in this film. The girls, they're great. I think Carly, she carries the film with such grace. I also love Tamara Williams. I thought she was amazing as Carol.
Yeah.
Anthony Abdul, he was also so good. I could go on about the cast, but you also got some big names on the film. You got Edward Asner and Michael Madsen, which everybody knows them. It was great to see Michael Madsen in a different light, because he's always playing, this tough character.
Yeah.
Well, in this he still had his toughness, but he was kind of sweet and almost like a fatherly figure that gave a sense of protection. And with their roles in this film, you kind of see why these guys are, in the business for ages. So I'm curious to know how their involvement came about in the film.
You write the script, and then you put it out there, so agents can take a look and see if it's a good fit for the clients, and I am and I'm in a position right now as a director that I want to choose with who I want to work with. You have to make a point to me that that you want to be part of my film, and it's not about money. It's about because they know there's there's almost no money in my films, and so you really have to. I want to be sure that they join us because they believed on the message that we have. So Ed Aston actually he was his character was supposed to be played by another big name, and then last minute didn't work, and then Ed called me and I said, I want to do it. I like the script, I like the story. He's a big liberal, so he's type of guy that wants to use his name to help other marginalized individuals, communities, and so. And Ed said, like, I want to do it. This is, I haven't done this type of film, and I want to help you guys. And then, so that was easy, it was easy to get to him in a way, because he was very excited.
He was the one who came for you.
Yeah, and Michael Metz also was sent to him. So it was pretty much between me and lawyers and agents, but he was also very excited that both of them have been amazing behind the scenes working with us on set, and also helping to promote the film. You know? So
Yeah.
I'm very
Nice.
grateful that I had both of them as part of our team. You know, and yes, and and also the film has been everywhere now. They have been very supportive, as I said. You know, to promoting.
Nice.
You know,
They're really good.
yeah.
The film was the first to be substantially funded by eBay crowdfunding platform. And that's an amazing achievement because I made a crowdfunding for my short film and I got like around £100, which is better than nothing, but it didn't even cover 5% of what I spent in that film. Do you have any tips for aspiring filmmakers to get started and get funded on their first short or feature film?
Okay, here's the thing. You know, I have done 7 Kickstarters and Indiegogos, and this become saturated platforms because everyone all of a sudden are doing the same thing. You know, so every time I get an email, people asking me for money, and what am I gonna do? You know, because I have 240,000 followers on social media, so I get lots of those messages every single day. You know, and so I delete just like everyone else. Because there are just too many people asking for money, you know. But so you have to do something outside the box that gets people's attention, you know. So I thought that as a filmmaker, is also my job. It's part of my job to finding a way to survive in this business, and so we kind of have to reinvent ourselves, you know. And if you can, you cannot only be a good filmmaker, a good artist. You have also to be, you have to be very good also in promoting and selling your film. And that's what I do. You know, I'm always thinking about outside the box, like what can I do that is different that no one has tried yet. You know, not everything I do, I have to tell you, George, works. I have done lots of things that are like, oh my God, didn't work. Let's stop it right now. It's not giving us any results. It's not taking us anywhere. So I tried a lot more things that don't work than things that do work. So but the reason why you never hear about those things is because I don't talk about them because they didn't work, right? So now you talk about eBay, because eBay was a very successful idea, and that was very simple. You know, instead of asking people to donate money, you ask people to donate goods, and then you put on eBay and you sell them. And but here's the beauty about that. You know, if I ask you for $5, you're gonna delete my email. But if I ask you to give me whatever you have in your closet that's taking space, collecting dust, you know, and that goes for a good cause, you know, you're more likely to give this to me because it's actually, I'm doing you a favor and helping to clean up your closet. You know, so, and that's the beauty about that. And then it works just like you know, donations on the other crowdfunding platforms, you know, where you get perks. You know, so for example, if you give me a printer, old cell phone, or ring, or whatever, you know, and I sell, you know, depends on the amount of money I got from your items, you know, and then you're gonna get the perks. Could be acting, could be walking on set, could spend the day with us on set, could be like getting a poster or link for screening, you know, screener. So there are different perks, just like Kickstarter or Indiegogo. Now we get perks. And then, but also the other good thing about it is that it's tax deductible. Every donation in goods, you know, over $200, not less than that, but anything over 200, actually $250. We give you through our fiscal sponsor, because I don't know if you guys have that in the UK, but we have a fiscal sponsor here. What that means that that fiscal sponsor, which is an organization, gives to the donor the amount of money that they donated, that was collected through, you know, the sales of the items that you donate to us. So let's say that you gave me old cell phone, old printer, old bunch of CDs or DVDs, whatever. And then it's like all together I sold and we got $300, okay? And then I let the New York Foundation for the Arts know that we sold your items for an amount of $300, and they will send to you tax credit, so you can deduct that on your taxes. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So now, not only I clean, help to clean your, closet, or your home, but also you're getting money.
That's amazing. I'm not sure we
So,
have that here.
yeah, you have to find a way. And again,
And,
every place
eBay still does that nowadays.
Yeah, do we have
Yeah.
eBay in UK?
Yeah, we have eBay.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can do it, but the tax credit is true. Not tax credit, but well, sort of tax deduction. Tax deduction is through the New York Foundation for the Arts. You have to see because I don't know the laws. No, I don't know anything about UK, but you have to understand is how do a study to see how the system works in terms of donations. For example, what people can get if they donate something to you, money or goods. Is it like tax incentive or for donations? No, because in the case of New York Foundation for the Arts, they are non-for-profit organization. You know what I mean? So in this case, basically what's happening is kind of the items goes to them, and then they gave the tax because you have to, I don't know how it works in the UK, but here in America it just works like that. I get a non-for-profit organization to support my film. And what does it happen? Since my film is non-for-profit, it's profitable, right? So I'm going to sell it eventually. So I asked them to function as a non-for-profit. So that means every donation I received is tax deductible. So I don't know the laws in UK, but you have to do a research and see how you can
So there's a lot of hustling.
Find ways to make it possible. That's the best way. So I don't know. I can't give you advice, but in the US, I would tell people find a fiscal sponsor. And then every donation you get is tax deductible. That means whoever gives the money to you, that person who gave money to you will get a tax credit, so they can deduct that on taxes.
I'm not sure that we have that here because I've never heard.
We don't have that in Brazil. But you know something, even if you don't have it,
I think the government might help somehow, giving you a little bit if you're doing, but I haven't gone that far yet to research. But
yeah, but you know something, George, to be honest with you, people actually don't really care about tax credit, tax deduction. People really care about helping. It's a good cause, and cleaning the closet is the main concern.
I like the idea,
to you. Yeah, they are giving something to you that you can sell, and they feel bad. They feel good because, like, okay, someone took my old cell phone that was now nowhere in my closet. So people gave me like all kinds of things. I got the funniest things. Just so you know, I got the adult toy, like a dildo, all cat food. I got so many crazy things.
Now, and you sold them.
And I sold them on eBay. So, and we got $104,000 by doing it, which is...
You've done it, so it's doable.
You can make it. So a lot of work in the beginning because you have to learn how to take photos, how to pack and ship, and
I do all that to sell my stuff. So like,
I'm
like halfway there.
Yeah, okay, so good. So you're good to go.
You mentioned the crew, the casting, how you did, and the crew, was it people that you knew from before? How did you get to them? How did you got paired up with them?
The good thing about making short films is I think the most important thing for every filmmaker, the best lesson people can learn in the film industry is making short films. Because when you make short films, you not only learn your craft and how to understand more, how to get a film together, how to tell a story in a way that makes sense, but also it's a good opportunity for you to network, get to know people, because when you do a short film, you are with people 5, 6, 7 days on set, right? But and that's okay. But there is a problem with the feature film. With the feature film, you are usually 20, 25 days on set with them. And my experience in doing films is that people can actually put up with you as a director, with not just you, but that the whole environment for 5-6 days without dropping. No, but in a feature film, people after 10 days, people start dropping because it's too long. You know,
Really?
so if you don't have the right people working with you, and then you know well that will stick with you, you are in trouble. No, so making a short films actually saved me. You know, I made more than, I don't know, I produced more than 20 short films, and so I met lots of great people that way. And then when it came time for me, when it was time for me to shoot my first feature film, I I had my team. You know, I had people that I could trust, my producers, people that I knew
Yeah.
for over 10 years. You know, so
Nice.
my
That
advice
makes
to
the
you,
difference.
yeah, my advice to you, to anyone in the film industry, like it's like do a bunch of short films, and then you're gonna then find those people. Because if someone cannot stay with you, for the duration of the short film,
Yeah.
I mean, they will not stay with you for a feature film. So, and then there will be too many challenges. But those, I have been working with the same producer for like I don't know, 11 years, 10 or 12, I don't know how long. Roy is my main producer, and we are just like brothers. We know each other so well, and he happened to be a straight guy, and a lot of
It's
people don't
important to
know that.
make these connections, right?
Yeah, and then he's a good friend. So, but I met him in another set, and then again, I started getting, production designer, first AD, cinematographer, other producers. I met all those people on set, and we all know each other, well. So they are not, even when things go bad, because by shooting, when you shoot a film, things will go bad, go in the wrong
Yes.
direction, the wrong way. So they will stick with you because they are your friends, and they, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to pull it off,
Nice. And you co-wrote the film with John Rotondo, I think I'm
Yeah,
saying it right. Um,
yeah.
how did you get paired up with him? Was it that you worked with in a short film before as well?
No,
And
no, actually, there's a difference between the people that work on set with you, because those people have to be with you throughout the 25 days. And then I have to make sure that those people, they can put up with me for that long, all right? Right? And but people working as a screenwriter is different. For me, it's different. I'm looking for more like someone who can put up with me in different ways, like with all my changes. For example, I don't like this scene, let's kill it. Oh yeah, but you said you liked it. Yeah, but I don't like it anymore. Let's change it. Let's kill that character. Let's create another. And that guy is going to be working with you for like a whole year. So my fear is not as my the fear that I had when I am shooting a film, because that person can drop the film no matter what. My fear with the screenwriter is like, oh, can this guy really put up with me with so many changes, last minute changes, and it's so I actually put an ad on Twitter. I have lots of followers on Twitter, so I put an ad.
I'm gonna follow you. I haven't
Yeah,
followed you.
message. Do you follow me on Twitter?
No, I haven't.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
have a look and I'll follow you.
Okay. I put in like a message, or a post, on my Twitter, looking for a screenwriter, and I ask people to send their best, like 10 pages of the scripts, not the whole script. Don't send me the whole script, just the best 10 pages. And I got those 10 pages, and then I read. I got probably like 300 people sending me
Wow.
10 pages, maximum of 10 pages. Then I read, then I selected the best 5. And then I brought them to my office in New York for an interview. And then that's how I met John. Because one thing is like, okay, I found the best 5 that they are very talented. I can tell that they have good skills. They're good screenwriter. But now from those 5, I have to take one that, and now is, my next question was like, from those 5, in my mind, was like, can I get along with that person?
Yeah.
For the next like year and a half, because some people are very, very difficult to work with. And then from those 5 people, I selected John because he thought, and he still is, because we're still working together on different projects. And he was what I was looking for, and he's what I'm always looking for in a screenwriter. Someone that is willing to change, someone who's open-minded, willing to do research, is willing to explore different things that we haven't thought before. Is also good in getting feedback, and not, we have to be sometimes like a thick skin, because I'm not the nice guy when things comes to tell you, I don't like your work, I don't like that thing, kill it. And that actually could be your baby. But I don't do it to hurt someone or to hurt people, because sometimes it can actually sound
but it's easier to go and be straight to the point.
But I was like, I don't like it, this is not working. And if you are the type of person that takes it personal, you're not going to be, we're not going to be a good match, because I'm going to tell you the same way that I expect you to say the same thing about me. And if I have done something that you don't like, or you want to fight for your ideas, but sometimes I like people to say, I disagree with you, but give me a good reason to disagree with me. Right. Because I don't want out someone that disagrees with me just because they want to disagree with me. Because it's not about me. That's how I see it. It's not about me, it's not about you. It's about the film. We are doing what's best for the film. And sometimes people say, well, but this is a really good scene, it's going to be beautiful. But there are other reasons why I don't want that scene. Could it be too expensive? No. Or could be that would hurt the message that we have. Because sometimes, for example, I'll give an example to you. The gala behind, as you saw the film, they lead the eyes, right? And that's was very controversial. You are killing the lead.
It was shocking scene.
Yeah, she's a trans woman. How the trans woman is gonna see it? So I have to bring, and John said, no, I think it makes sense because they live in a very dangerous world, and the environment, and that goes with a message. I'm like, okay, but we have to talk to the trans community. So there is a lot of things that, for example, John didn't want to go. He didn't want to go that far. Or, for example, he didn't want the scene to be written, some of the scenes, because he's the screenwriter, right? So he thought, why they are writing that this scene? I can do it. No. Let's let them write this scene because it makes more sense if they do it, So you have to have someone who actually is on the same page with you, who understands, that again, it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about the
final project,
the main goal, this whole picture, and sometimes people take it personal, and then so again, can I work with that guy or not? That's always my question. That when I'm producing a film, for example, as a producer, for example, I need someone who protects me, and I need someone who believes me, who trusts me, and then you have to find the people who can, who have that ability. Okay, he can disagree with me, but in the end, I'm the director. I have to make that final decision. And the only thing I ask people is okay, I hear your point, but please trust me, because I see something here that I don't think you are seeing, and so we have. But I like to welcome feedback. I like to, when people come, even
to send it to people to have some people that you trust, and you send it and you get the feedback.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to kill your darling, because even as a director, for example, when we go to editing room, I love a scene so much. The scene is so good, but the editor says yes, but it does not fit on the film. I forgot how many times that happened. That I'm not always the winner, although I'm the director. Unless if something is really major, something that makes, and then I say, okay, this means a lot to me. And that's important to have there. But other than that, and I let other people to have their voices and have expressed their opinion, because sometimes we get a lot more out of them if you allow that kind of environment to flourish. Because then you have people, you're gonna have a better film at the end. Now, although, as I said, I had to kill lots of darlings, I have to kill lots of scenes that I loved, I would love to have in the film, but I didn't make the final cut. No?
And do you think that the project would have been very different had you written by yourself? What do you think? What do you think John brought to, you know,
no,
you
just
both
John.
brought?
No, think about that. No, it's not just about also John. It's about what, for example, the trans community brought to the film. No, no. I think the film, if the film that you have in mind does not change by the time you do the research, that means you're on the wrong track. You're not doing your work as a filmmaker, because the research is meant to change how you perceive, that story, the way it should go. Because if you ask me, like before I wrote the script, before I start doing my research, that the main character will die at the end, I would say like, no, I can't do this, because in America, it's all about entertainment. And now, not so much in Europe, but in America, it's just like people like happy ending type of films. So now you are killing the main character, and then it's going to be almost impossible for me to actually sell this film, and so, but by doing the research, we realized that violence and was part of the testimonies. Like almost every testimony we heard from members of the trans community. And then we thought like, then it got to a point like, okay, we I'm not going to be doing my job. I don't think I should be doing it if I cannot honor the material I have. I don't think I should be making this film if I cannot show every angle, or respect those testimonies, and but how can we do it in a way that will help the trans community, help to educate people, and like as I said, change hearts and minds, without furthering the the problem. So I brought members of the trans community. Then I was like, okay, this is the reality. That's what you heard from trans community. How do you feel about it? Do you want us to change the narrative? Do you want us to change and give a more like uplifting ending? Or do you want us to actually show or the story should be a reflection of what we heard, what we collected, from from our testimonies, from the interviews we had, and then they said like, no, I think you should tell the story the way it is. So again, this was shocking for a lot of people, and for my producers, a lot of people said like, now how can you sell the film if you are killing the lead of the film? How can we do it? And it's gonna make.
They sound like typical Americans, like producers here. They'll never ask those questions, I think.
Yeah, but they thought like, okay, now it's gonna be very difficult because now the audience is gonna be much smaller. But on the other hand, just so you know, we got a lot of grants from and this is my job, and now I have to tell the story that that's how I see. That's the result of my research. Anything that different than what we had would be a misrepresentation of those testimonies. And then I thought like, we can't. But just so you know, and now I'm an advocate. I'm an activist. I see it a bit different than other people. So I don't make the film to entertain people. I make the film because I have a message, and I hope that message will help to improve the lives of my the people that I'm representing, the people that those stories, those people behind those stories, and that's how I see it. But again, it was not an easy thing. But also, on the other hand, although it was not a very powerful film in terms of audience, like people, oh my God, let's go to see this film because, you know, I need to, you know, it's just helped us under other ways. Like people thought like, okay, this is a call to action type of film. And that's why we attracted big stars, because people thought like, okay, this is important film. I want
something
to be part of it.
different.
Yeah, it's something that people felt that they want to be part of it. And I also got a lot of press because of that, you know? And because of the message that the film carries, you know.
Nice. Most writers, we get, well, when we're starting, we get the imposter syndrome. We always think that, you know, oh my gosh, I don't belong here, I'm not good enough. So did you get that when you were starting? And what did you do so you got away from those thoughts? You know, sometimes it's hard to get away from, you know, disconnect yourself.
What do you mean by that?
You know, when you're writing, writers, they get like this thought of always thinking, I'm not good enough writing, oh, my writing is shit, you know.
Yeah.
So if you ever did that, if you ever got those thoughts in, now, not now, because you know you are.
No, but you know something, I came to a point that George, that I can't be good on everything. And now I can't be the micromanager that, oh my God, I have to have my hands on every step of the process. I'm trying to find the best partners in every position, because for example, I'm horrible. I always tell people with when things comes to post-production, with especially music or sound design, I don't have good eyes or good ear for those things.
Okay.
So I have to trust a lot on, I have to trust my team. I get the best people, you know, that can help me with it, you know. So again, this goes, I'm a foreigner, so obviously screenwriting is always going to be an issue to build a dialogue. And I'm not an America born would, you know, and would be the best fit to write. I'm not saying that everyone is a good one, but you can find good screenwriters that knows how to tell, you know, write good dialogue, witty, you know, dialogue. You know, that I'm very good in selling my stuff. I understand that the power of bringing all those elements together, you know, putting a crew together. I'm very good with this.
Right.
You know, putting a crew together, putting a package together, and like bring the best team together, bring the best actors. Because the film comes from, because a lot of people ask me the question, how do you come up with a story? Then all of a sudden everyone starts jumping on it, and then you see, then you tell me like, oh, you're gonna have stars. How come you're gonna have? How do you know? Like, I know we're gonna have stars. Who you're gonna call us? Who, you know? But how? What if it doesn't happen? Don't worry, it's gonna happen. As a lot of people asking me like, how do you make it happen? Who do you call? Is any someone that like? No, I just like if you bring the best people and a step-by-step process. You know, for example, I get before I get anybody, I get the best screenwriter. Then I do the research. I get the best script, the best story. And then I know I have good material on my hand. It takes about a year, as I said, year and a half, 2 years to get a good script, right? And then I start like talking to people, start talking. All of a sudden, I get the producers coming. Then all of a sudden, the money starts coming, you know. Then I apply for grants. Then I apply. It's one thing after another, you know. Then all of a sudden, I am on set. I'm surrounded by stars and by the best team work with me. Nice. Again, I'm not good in, with a lot of those things, like editing. You know, I'm not an editor, you know, but I know if I do, you know, if I bring the best, if I team up, if I have the best collective, you know, the best team work with me, all those things will happen because people.
It's a real director.
No, yeah, they bring. But sometimes it's a work of the producer. But I'm also function. I produce a lot of films because a lot of directors don't have that ability, you know, and that's the problem. No? But if you understand,
an indie director, I might add.
yeah. So you have to wear all kinds of hats, you know. So I'm very good as a producer, as I said, like selling, promoting. But also bringing the best of everybody, you know. But one thing that really pisses me off, I'll tell you this, is people who don't bring the best game. If you come to my set and I realize, I look at you, George, and say, you know, I don't think George brings his A game, his best game. I will fire you on set.
You're right. Yes.
I will call you on the side, or I bring my producer. Okay, fire George. I think. I said, but what do you mean? Like he's not to bring his A game, and they gave me, and I will give my producer Roy like two reasons. Okay, that day or this day, this is, you know, just get rid of him, replace him with somebody else, or just don't replace him, just like let him go. And and everyone actually knows that. So if you come to work with me, you have to understand that you have to be, for those days,
100%.
You have to be 100% on my set. And then I value for that also, because you know, some people come to work with me for various reasons, because they want to have an opportunity to work with me, but also they want to learn the craft. There are different reasons why people come to work with me. You know, they know the film will be somewhere, the film will do well, and but it's gonna only be possible if everyone brings the A game, the best possible game. Because if it doesn't happen, what's gonna happen is everything's gonna fall apart.
It's gonna be your name there, right? I mean, when people also see it, you know.
But if you bring the, you know, not A game, but you bring the C game, you know, just give like let's give just a little bit here, you know, and then what's gonna happen? You're gonna send a message to other people. They can do that too, you know. So it's very important for me that to stop the spreading of negative vibes on set. So if I see that, or see people not working hard as I expected, or not being, you know, adding anything to the production, I ready to let you go, because then I send a message to other people like, okay, I really have to do something here, because Flavio's not happy, and I have to make sure that now he's happy. But as I said, now I produce a lot of other films, so I have that type of experience, and working, identifying those people, you know, who can work hard. And sometimes, just so you know, sometimes someone can work very hard in one production, but they tend to, the next one, their mind is in someplace else. They're not ready, they're not, or they don't like the story. Because I want to work with people who actually love the story. I had the other day a cinematographer. He worked very hard on my film Tom in America. And then I had this new script, and I called him like, would you like to work this script? He came to my place, like I asked him, did you write this? Did you read the script? He's like, yes, I did. What do you think? He's like, okay, I can do it. He was out. He was out.
But he did a good job on the other film.
He did. Yeah. That's why I called him, because I want to work with him again. But he was not excited about the script. He was like, when he said like, okay, I can shoot that. Yeah. That was, you know, even the first day, even before I hired him, he was not excited. So think about after 10 days on set, you know? No?
Yes.
So I got rid of him. He was so upset. You know why? Because the film is doing so well. He called me like, I thought I wasn't impressed. The film would be mine, that you let me. Or like, baby, with me, you have to fight to be in my film. Like, I like, no, you didn't.
Was it the Garden Left Behind?
Yeah, The Garden Left Behind. But I like this Japanese director, who was not my, just so you know, was not my first option, but it was the best decision I have ever made in my life when things come to cinematography.
Oh, it was beautiful cinematography.
Yeah, because he came to me like, Flavio, I want to work with you. I love the way I love it. And he looked into my eyes like, I want to work with you. Like, no, I was like, at that moment, and to that point, I was not really excited. But I love when people tell me that I want to work with you. Understand me? I want to work. I love the story. I want to be part of it. It's a great film. And I told him, I do understand that it's a film about a trans, because at that point I didn't know he knew. No. Yeah. And now, how do you feel about working with a man like this is a film about like I want to do it. You know, I love the way he talks. You know, and he has this very interesting accent that I love him.
Yeah.
And then he became one of my best friends. He's always supporting the film. On set was a pleasure work with him. I always say that I work with him again, again, again. But it could be that next film when I go to him, he's not as excited as he was the guy left behind. So
Yeah.
it might not be a good fit, but also sometimes they're not good fit for other reasons. For example,
Yeah.
you go to different locations, you need someone with different type of experience with green screen or other things. So you have to look for people with different types of experience, and sometimes not just like
Portfolio.
no, I'm sorry.
The portfolio as well.
Yeah, like equipment. For example, sometimes they like I have all the equipments, or I bring all my crew, and they have they are excited about the film too. There are different elements I'm looking. I'm looking for.
And how do this? Sorry to interrupt, but how do these people find you? Is it on social media?
No, actually working. My producers work in different productions, and then. I always hear from them like, oh my God, I work with this cinematographer, this editor. He's amazing. He's blah, blah, blah. And then he told me he would love to work with you. I'm like, okay, let's have a coffee, let's have a cup of coffee. And yeah. And when you work with a bunch of very, I would say, bunch of independent filmmakers, producers, and they're not only work with you, they work with different productions, and they have gone through different experience, work with different directors, and then they bring those names to me. But I almost never get someone like that contacted me, because I get a lot of those requests, from people like, oh, I sent this my resume, I'm a cinematographer, I'm an editor, or what, I'm production designer. Usually I'm not looking for those people. I don't even look into the resume, to be honest with you. But I rather to have, I want to hear from other people, from that my producers or people that I work with. And I want to hear what their thoughts, because it's very important to me to because you can say anything. You can say that you are wonderful. George, you can say, Flavio, I'm the best cinematographer to have ever seen. No, I mean, there's no reason for me.
And there's a lot of people like that in the
yeah. People are saying, whatever they want to say. But I want to know who worked with you. I want to know that person. I want to hear from them. And then what the best, instead of asking if you are good, I appreciate when someone tells me like, I met that guy and he's wonderful. And that's the best thing you can. And then I'm like, okay, why he's wonderful? Why did you like? Oh, because on set he has leader. Because let's say cinematographer work with the team, his department, first AC, second AC, or all those people in an electrical gaffer. So, and I love when I hear someone saying like, I work with DP and his leadership is amazing. You know why it's important? Think about that. Think about if you hire a cinematographer and that cinematographer doesn't know anyone, you brought everyone to work with him. So it means he doesn't know, because it's just like
doesn't know how other people work.
Yeah, it's like a symphony. They have to speak their own language. They have to know each other, so the work can go faster, move faster. Okay, so I love when someone says like, "Oh, this guy is a DP, is a leader. He has his own people. They work together for a long time. They are fast. They are, they work together. And they have been work together for a long time, and that's a plus, right? And then when someone says like, "Oh, he has all equipment," okay, good, because he knows it. Not only I'm gonna rent his equipment, but at least he knows his equipment well, because if you rent equipment, might be that you are renting something that the guy doesn't know. When someone says like, "I know my equipment well," that makes it easier because it goes faster, right?
Yeah.
So he has his own team that they work together constantly. That's a very good thing. But also someone who don't cross the line between me, the director, and his work as cinematographer. Because sometimes people say, okay, oh no, this shot's not gonna be good. No, let's not do this because, well, I mean, I'm the director, Sometimes okay, I want to work with people who understand that line well. I don't mind if you challenge me, but you have to understand that I'm the director. At the end of the day, I have to make that final call, the final decision,
Yeah.
because I know the whole canvas. Now I know everything of that script, and then there is sometimes a reason why I want a close up, I want wide shot, or I want things shot in certain way.
Yeah.
For example, there's a good example. My cinematographer wants to shoot like a scene. One of the guy actually hits Tina.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, like, I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's, I think it's gonna backfire. Like, no, but I want this because, like, no, I just can't. This is not something that I would even shoot to go to the editing room, because it might send a message that I'm exploiting the violence, as opposed to say, no, because there is a scene that we see that he hits her, but we don't see it, right? So we didn't shoot that scene. So you have to understand that there are reasons why I do it, and then and I want to be, and I want people to understand that I can't give you an explanation why. It's just like that makes you happy,
Yeah.
Because I might say something that, like, no, I don't agree with you, and but in the end of the day, it's just again, it's the collaboration that happened between all those people that work with you that really excites me, and I really work that collaboration, and but also I, with that in mind, that there is a line we can't cross, and for example, in terms of the same way is like when I say, oh, well, let's shoot this scene here, and then they say, like, my son, no, my people are hungry, they need to eat. Okay, I can't cross it because I can't push him further, you know what I mean? Because then it's gonna hurt his leadership with his people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there are lines you can't cross in both ways. For the most part, the line that I set, but also there are lines that I don't dare to cross as a director, because it's gonna hurt my communication, my relationship with the other departments.
Yeah, it's good tips to have your own crew, and something that I will have to do from here to the future. But I've kept you long enough already, so I have one final question.
Okay.
It's about your next project. If you have any next project, if you can say anything about it, or if you're writing it, who you're writing it?
I have a bunch of scripts, bunch of projects that are in the pipeline, ready to go. It's just that we don't know which one is going to be next. And the reason for that is because once I have three or four scripts. And what I do is I read those scripts and I submit for different foundations looking for money. I don't know which one is going to get the most money, And at the end of the day, I need to see the money. Okay, here is something I'm gonna tell you how it works. In the film business, there are a lot of chances I take, and then so far it has been working for me. For example, I'll give an example to you. Let's say that you are making a film. Okay, I don't know the budget for your next film, but let's say that you are making a film. Your goal is to raise your budget for your film is $300,000. Let's say $300,000. Okay, so you need the seed money. I don't know if you heard that expression before. The seed money is the first money you get. It's the most difficult money to get. I'll tell you why. It's very easy to get the money once your film has been shot and that people can see something. So we can go to the investor, like, look, the film looks good. Give me money, okay? Foundations give money to you because they like how it looks, right? Okay, now when you ask, or the first money, they call the seed money, is the first 20% of the budget. Let's say that the budget is $300,000. The seed money is between, I would say, between 50 and 60. Now, when I get that money, which is very difficult to get, again, as I said, nobody know where it goes. Nobody know what the research is going to take you. Nobody knows who's going to be the actor, if it's a big name or not. People are jumping in the dark with you. That's what you're asking people to do. Jump in the dark with me. The film is going to be awesome, but no one saw anything because you haven't shot the film, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's very difficult money. So that's why you have to have a strategy to raise the first 20%. Once you raise the 20%, now you have a film. Then you say, like, what do you mean? How about the 80%? Okay, it's going to happen because once you get the first 20, the other becomes easy to get the other 80. I'll tell you how, okay? First, what I do with this, let's say I have $60,000, okay? What I do is I create an LLC, a company with the name of the film. Let's say I have the do you have LLC on in UK?
I'm not sure,
LLC?
but I know, but I've seen, maybe because I've seen, you know,
Yeah,
American
corporation,
stuff.
like a create a
Yeah,
corporation, no?
I think it's
Because
American. Yeah.
yeah, could be American. And then you create this company. Now I register the company. So how much I spend is very little. I spend $200 to register, and I get a tax guy, I get a lawyer, and I get a website. I get which you don't spend money to do website, create a company. Now lawyer, usually takes $10,000 of that, $15,000 from this $60,000. 1/3, 1/4 goes to a lawyer, right? And then you get your first star, your first actor. So okay, what do we have? And the money's gone. The money's gone. But look what you have, George. Look what you have. You have your company that's real. Now it's real, right? It's real. You have a company. You have a lawyer. You have a tax guy.
Wow.
You have a website. Costs like what? You can. I do it myself, but you can get $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Get a website, and then you have your first star. Then you start putting those things in the social media, like a social media. I have Ed Asner. He's gonna be the lead. He's gonna play this. And now, or you know what I mean? So again, don't think you need the script. Go after your first $60,000. At that point, you didn't spend anything. The screenwriter, you don't pay him until the film go into production.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I do. I do a contract with my screenwriter. Okay, you're gonna work with me. Once the film's done, there is no guarantee I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna work on this film. Then once we get the money, day before the production, I'm set to pay you X amount of money, just and then once the film is released, I pay another Anyway, so with $6,000, I got lawyer, first star, website, legalize the company, and then I start putting those photos. I put Ed Asner's photo on my social media, Twitter. People, oh my God, I want to be part of it. He has Ed Asner. I have to jump on wait a minute. No, I need help. I need money. Let's help now. Then the producers come. Then we do the Kickstarter. Then we do and then the other money comes. Then you do social. When you do Kickstarter, you get another 10%, another 20%, another 10% of the budget. Then you start applying for grants because now the foundation sees something physical. Oh my God, he has a script. He has actors. He has lawyers. The foundation, they also see the possibility because they're afraid that they give money to you, you're going to run away and not make the film. So now, look at this. You had the $6,000, you burn it. That's what I do. I burn the $6,000, spend the whole thing, but I have something tangible.
But you got it started.
Something people will look at me like, oh my God, it's happening. I'm going to jump in this plane right now because it's getting done. Again, then people start coming and then money start, then all of a sudden, then you do it, you say, okay, I have this star and then I have no more money, but I need the other 80% of the money. Then you give yourself like between a year, I would say 8 months to like a year to get the other 80%. Don't just jump because the other 80% sometimes takes a long time. Yeah. So I start applying for grants. I bring all the team. I open an office. You know what I do also? I open an office because office costs me like, let's say, I get those shared office that looks really nice. But I only have a little cubicle. I don't know if you have that in the UK.
Yeah, we do.
You probably have that, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because I had the office in Manhattan. Have you been to New York?
No.
No. In New York, it's just like crazy. Manhattan costs so much money, right? You know what I do? I get, which is not a lot of money. I rent a small room inside of a big office. Cost me like, I remember that I paid $1,700 a month. But it was a very fancy office. So everyone comes there, they think that it's all yours. All yours, right? But there is this little room, Yeah. And then what I do is I put in one side of the room, I put a little chair, like a table against the wall, very thin, like with 4 computers on that wall, 4 computers on this wall. I had all those interns coming. We don't have to pay, it's intern, like internship with school. So I
Yeah.
have 4 guys here, 4 guys here, me and my
Wow.
producers, and the first, no, and then we start working. So one is looking for location, one is looking for different things, grants, possible grants, application, one is applying. So different people doing different things. All of a sudden, all those things, George, come together.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but I fear that is, you know, just like people say, it's crazy what you do, because what if it doesn't happen? Like, listen, I have the same fear, but at the end, it happens, you know, the other 80%. And sometimes even like you don't get 80%, you get 60%. But you know, you had 20%, my 6%, you are 80%, right? So the other 20%, it's okay. You can make the film, you know, if you don't have 20%, because you're gonna cut some scenes, you're gonna do, yeah. And but usually, guess what? We got more than 80%. So the budget for the gala behind was $300,000, right? We raised 400.
Wow.
So you see, that's a good example.
A lot of work.
But you know what? We got 100%. We shot the film. Then after the film was done, we could show some people. Then we got another, you know, 20%. So we end up, you know, getting $400,000. You know. So again, it depends on many factors, you know, and but in the end, there are a lot of gambling, you know, and this, you know, things could go wrong. But so far, no, things went, you know, pretty well.
Well, thank you. Congratulations again for the film.
Thank you so much.
You know, let me know when the film.
I love catch up with people. I love telling stories. As you can tell, I can, you know.
No, but that's what I wanted, you know, like, but we have enough material for my tutor. I'm gonna follow you on Twitter to find out when it's out in the UK. I'm gonna promote, gonna tell my friends about the film.
Yeah, tell your friend the film is coming. It's gonna be released on July 27th, I think, 26th. I don't know.
On Amazon?
On Amazon and the UK. In UK, but also in different platforms there. It's going to be a big thing than in UK because this new, this is not new. It's kind of a little independent distributor in UK, but they are doing something completely different. Something that I think is going to get a lot of publicity there, and they are planning to do a lot of big stuff there in UK. So you're gonna hear from, you know, they call Bohemian Media. They are doing really good work. They have nice PR team. They are working. So I'm very excited about. The release of the film in UK. But anyway, listen, I will. I will end now because I have other things to do. But it was very nice.
Thank you so much for your time.
Just let me know. Please follow me on Twitter and
I will. I'll do that. Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Good luck with your future projects.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.